Well, despite some people's opinions of what the flight might be like for the Winnipeg Jets, it still had to be tricky to come in and join the team after a little bit of travel. What was it like jumping into the lineup on Sunday?
Yeah, no, it was good. I mean, I didn't play up there, so my legs are fresh and, mentally fresh and stuff like that. But it's part of the game. It's pro hockey. I've had worse turnarounds before, so you can't find any excuses. You just got to find a way to, get in there and contribute to a win. Luckily, this group's been playing well, so it was easy to come in.
Well, and what about being able to contribute right away? What was your feeling coming into the game? You knew the team was on a hot streak and just trying to finish off that homestand the right way.
Yeah, that's said perfectly. I mean, you just want to be able to come in, get another 2 points, keep the streak going, and try to help anything you can. You don't want to try too much because obviously you got a little bit of fumes you're running on, but try to do as much as you can.
We've heard a number of people talk about the reset coming out of the holiday break and the fact the team was told, this is now or never really in terms of trying to get back into the playoff mix. Those things are often said in dressing rooms and nothing happens. Why is it different this time?
I don't know. I think that we were always right there on the cusp of doing well. I think that it took us a little bit longer than normal for the guys to kind of gel and be able to get their offense going. And obviously, I think probably from the back end standpoint, I think Combs has been the biggest, and Appy too. Have been great in the net. And when you have a good solid goalie back there, and you can give up chances, and they're gonna bail you out, I think that gives everybody just confidence down the lineup to kind of make plays and try to score. If you're letting in a lot of goals or your defense isn't as good, I think it kind of tightens you up a little bit more offensively. So I think that's the majority of it, is just being able to have the confidence to make plays and try to win games.
You get Seth and you also get JC back coming out of the holiday break. Gives you some more depth up front and more balance to lines. We've seen some chemistry, but one of the things that we've heard the coaches talk a little bit about is having players play in situations that suit them and guys being able to do what they do best. Have you noticed this team finding a little bit of chemistry that works in those ways?
Yeah, I think that's the biggest thing, is both those guys bring completely different games, but they're just as much important to our team and our team's success. So when they're out of the lineup, I think guys try to overcompensate, and maybe the decor is trying to score too much, and maybe some guys are trying to be more skill guys and they're not. So it kind of throws everybody off. But when you have everybody in the right spot at the right time, it kind of just lets everybody kind of worry about their own game and do what they do best, because that's what's going to make us win games. So.
How important has the veteran experience been, the leadership been in the room in terms of carrying that coach's message into action? Because if the older players don't set the tone, sometimes these ideas never really take flight.
Yeah, I think the most important thing is just to be able to believe that you can do it. I think we knew that we have a group. Obviously, we have a long way to go still here to be able to be in a playoff spot. But I think it just shows us a little bit of optimism that we can win some games here. We can string some games together and go maybe on a run. But at the end of the day, it's going to be about consistency. It's going to be about night in, night out, bringing a top game. And we're not going to be able to take any nights off because we took too many off earlier in the year. So now it's time to kind of, come to play every game.
Eric Dubois, after the game on the broadcast, was asked about 3 defensemen contributing to the goals in yesterday's win, and had a little bit of a laugh about it. Said it wasn't specifically part of the game plan, but it's got to feel good for the guys to be able to jump in and help in that way.
Yeah, and like we were talking about earlier, I think that when everybody's just playing their own game, things just fall into place. I think happens to be that 3 D-men get goals last game, but that doesn't mean that we were out there trying to score, and trying to, cheat on offense and stuff like that. I think it just kind of happened that way with how everybody's roles were playing that game, and you need balanced scoring from all over the lineup to do well in this league. So I think having that reassures you that if the forwards are not scoring one game, the D can kind of contribute and help out there.
In your mind, has Eric Comrie found another level to his game this season?
Yeah, Combs has been good. I thought he was good last year too. We had more. Hutch was down too, so we had a lot of good goalie tandem. But I think Combs and Appy have been great this year, and Combs has definitely risen to the occasion of playing a lot of minutes and giving us the big save when we need it, and stealing some games here for us. I think we've played pretty well, but I wouldn't say that our offensive touch is one of some of these games. I think it's definitely our defense and our goaltending that have been able to pull these out.
And important to keep that going. 3 games before the All-Star break. You've got Grand Rapids, Rockford, and Milwaukee, big games. Is there a real, sort of energy in the room to make sure you don't slip up after the homestand?
Yeah, I think you want to stay focused, but you also want to stay loose. I think that's kind of our key to success right now. We're not trying to get too stick tight and try to make plays that aren't there. I think you go out there, you feel good. You kind of just go with your instincts, and I think that's the biggest thing to the success of the team as of late is you're not thinking too much on the ice and not trying to do too much.